guys, it's me, it's Jenny from Just Jenny Journaling, and I thought I think one of my videos about, after the black and white video, the black and white altered book, promised that I'd do a flip through of this one. It is my own, the first completely gutted junk journal I've made for myself, for as a scripture stroke meeting journal, and had a circuit assembly in November, just for the day, and the theme was based on Galatians 6 and verse 2, the whole day's theme. So I made this book just for that day, but I had lots of space in it afterwards, so I've added pages to it after and I've used it as my sort of meeting stroke sort of study notebook as well. So I just thought I would share this with you, and you can have an idea of how you can use your journal. I've done I also done a video of my new one, my Imagine the Time one that I'm using now, but this is finished. So what I did was I went onto Pinterest and I found some lovely free printable images, and this one was based on Galatians 6:2. It says, "Bear one another's burdens and therefore fulfill the law of Christ." And I don't know if you can see it, but I just love the colours and the image of that. And what I did then was I got the dictionary definition of burden, I don't know if you can see that there, out of an old dictionary that I picked up, and I edged it with ink and collaged it onto there underneath one of these beautiful floral cutouts that I did. This actually is the original book. It's one of those Reader's Digest condensed book things, and as you can see, I've sewn it straight into the spine. This was a wallpaper book for my husband's stash. This was I loved this vintage print of these ladies out and about, and I thought it looked like ladies out and about on a Christian ministry, so I thought I'd pop that on, and that's the marbled effect of the actual book. So without further ado, I will do the flip through so you can see how I put it together. If you wanted to have ideas of doing your own sort of meeting notebook or whatever. Oh, I'm going to have to thingy that. That's my, looks like my address. Anyway, long story short, that's the, there you go. Can you see? There you go. That was the print again. And I liked this. It says, never look down on somebody unless you're helping them up. And I like that. This paper was from a writing set that I picked up in a charity shop. So that was the program, actually, the program for the day. I printed out for myself and popped it into my book so that I could think about it before going. And again, I put, and what I did was printed out from the program the titles of the talks onto the papers that I liked, with the theme scripture as well. And then on the day, I just took pens that I knew would coordinate with my book, because looking back, I just love the look of this, and it's easy for me, with the way I learn as a visual learner, to get the main points of the talk. So that's what I did. You can see, I flipped through, that was just, I stamped there. I like uneven pages, that doesn't bother me at all for me. So this was a colouring page with the houses, and I liked that. And then I did a printout on that from the internet, I think, and I put the theme scriptures up there before the day. I printed them myself. That's a diary page. That was from a book that I had. Sorry about the glare. Okay, it's an old envelope. Junk journal ladies do use true junk, so anything that comes through the door you can use, put in your journal. You can pop things in then, if you so wish. You can pop little notes in like so. Okay, that's the first signature. Greetings card I popped in because I really liked the the image and the colours, and it just went well with my book. Alright, so I used some distressing ink around the edges there, and I actually stamped that myself, that lady, don't know if you can see her, and the paint samples. So this is how, if you fancy doing a meeting notebook or any notebook of your own, this is what you can do. These are ideas of what you can use. Don't have to spend a fortune. That's the first signature. And I've said before, the signature basically for beginners is this little group of, this little mini booklet of pages that you sew in. Second signature, again, I've used the wallpaper from an old wallpaper sample book. And this was printable. This printed actually from the internet. I loved it. Okay, and I just did that there, opened that up, and then just put these sticky note pages in there like so, and that folds over, and I did a stamp on that side there. But that, look at how beautiful that paper is. And this is from a country floral book. I don't mind the layers. Okay, so that was the second signature, and I've added bits to that since. This was, my husband was experimenting printing onto tracing paper, and it is gorgeous. He didn't want this, so I had it, nabbed it from the cover of the next signature. So that's this signature here. That's still from the day. But then I've also added, I think if I had any spaces in here from the assembly day, I've used for some of my Sunday notes I popped in. That was the afternoon program that I printed out, and so it started here. That was, and again, print it out yourself, and you get the theme scriptures. So that and it's really good as an exercise before you go. I found it because I'd already considered some of the points before the actual assembly. I love vintage fashion and vintage ladies, so I decided because it was for me, I would just pop. This was in, again, Pinterest, I think, and I managed to print that off. And I think so for this signature, and that was I think that's a Pinterest vintage ladies again. Dress pattern, but I love the colours. I'll just take you through it quickly. Some tags that I made, and I printed that off of the internet. That was from a greetings card, just this little greeting card pack. Sewed that in so you can pop things in if you like. Pick this this sheet notepad paper vintage thing up from a charity shop, and I just put that in like so. Wallpaper, notepad, writing set. That was a vintage writing set. This was, I saw a tutorial, and I can't remember who it was, a lady who showed how to print. I'll try and remember if I can. So it wasn't my idea to print onto your envelopes, your window envelopes from the internet, and so I did that because I loved this image, and I just printed onto that bit of paper as well, and I tucked it in. It's just a lovely effect. I haven't really used it though, but isn't that gorgeous? And I liked the autumn because it was autumn and the autumnal colours of that. Again, did that with a flip. Just, that was a cheap and cheerful little sticky. And I went in and put stickers in as well as stamping. Okay, I love this, and I printed it onto quite a heavy paper, so it feels beautiful. But the I think that's a Pinterest collage, and it's just for me, so printed it off and popped it in my book. And I love this stamp as well. It's one of my favourites. In fact, I might do some. I have made some cards, some little journal cards in the past, but I've put them all in books for gift, so I haven't got any myself, and I may do some more soon and do a tutorial on how to make your own little gift cards to pop in your journals, because I've given all of mine away. Wallpaper book again, I love it. So that's the final signature now, I think, for this book. Was it final signature? Yes, I think it is. And that was the afternoon, the last few talks on that programme. That was from a children's poetry book. I just love the page and the colours. Okay, this was a printable Good Housekeeping, I think, I'm not sure, from Pinterest, and so I tore around it and distressed the edges with a distress ink. Here's my notes. This is another printable. I think I'll put that on an envelope. I did put that on an envelope from Pinterest. That's the back of another envelope there, which I've just put a sticker and doily on. That one here was just, I just slotted it down that way. Okay. Bought paper. I think my husband bought me this pack of card. I just love it. Pop that in just because. Made a pocket from this little centre wallpaper picture thing. Popped some note cards in, but I haven't used. I like this as a key thought. This little sticker transfer embellishment. I was trying hard with a spray, like a distress ink spray, and got a bit carried away with myself there, to be fair. So it wasn't as gentle an effect as I'd liked. I really like this as a Pinterest print, and I love this face of Jesus. And this talks all about love one another just as Jesus loved us, so I thought that was an appropriate place to place that picture. Coming towards the end now. Coming towards the end. This was a flip through. This is something that came through the post, I think. This thing. Can't remember what it was, but I sewed it in and stuck things on it. Just because, really. If it's my journal, I can. So that's it. That was it. There you go. That's the very last pages. And if you noticed, I did did some stamping, and then later on I just coloured in the butterflies with that blue just to coordinate with the page, just because it looked nice. Had a bit of time on my hands. There you go. That was the very last, or second to last page, and that was the wallpaper page. And I did a little envelope on the back here. It's like the envelope flap. I put it onto cardstock and stuck it down so I could slot things in the back if I fancied. And that's it. A Tim Holtz hitch fastener thing, and then that's how I close it. So that's how you can use your journal. Right, you know, fill it in with fill a book with pages that you like. And then go mad with your colour, with your note taking. If you're a visual learner like me, it's absolutely ideal when you're listening to talks or doing sort of scriptural notes yourself, or any notes that you fancy. But that one was particularly for the circuit assembly. Hope you've enjoyed this, been inspired to maybe try it yourself. That's it. Please, if you like what you've seen, make a comment, subscribe to my channel, make a comment below, and share the link. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.